crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch tight, tight ends right. Watch tight, tight ends right. 3 down. Red, touch. Motion, motion, motion. Alert, alert, alert.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a first down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Now Ballage. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Ballage. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They run it with Ballage. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
Let's get it.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Miles Boykin with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. No problem there on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Winston and the Bucks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Pick it up. Check, 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 check. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno. Let's go.
Off the play fake, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
They go play action. Winston. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Kill.
Jameis to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 16 yards is the pickup there on a 1st down for Chicago. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Bravo!
Out of the gun, Trubisky. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down.
17 yards. 1st down, Bears.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Winston and the Bucks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing, Winston. That's caught by Howard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Ready? 125. Stay with your man. Five on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let we go.
Jameis now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, second and 10.
Green, cover team. 5-0. Ball trot.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. After the run by Jones, here's first and 10. Here's Winston. Godwin's got it. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his fourth touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agreed totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Here we go. Switch.
They'll run here with Balaj. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
And it's third down.
Good. 180. Check 45. Come on. Hands up. Undercut.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. On the carry, it's Davis. And an alley to run. Burton. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Davis, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Bears 14, Buccaneers 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Ready, blue 80. Check Mike 39. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. We own them. We own them. Let him go.
On third down, Winston. He's got Evans. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. And even 50 yards.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. It's caught by Aguilar. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
17 more yards. That's another Buccaneers.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target, but it'll be second and goal.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On the carry, it's Logan, and he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On third down, Logan, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Clinton Dix with a pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 11-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw on 2nd and 6, Trubisky, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now Trubisky to throw. Completes it to Hardman. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, flip it, flip it, flip it.
Now Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks him, and he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid. Move. Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now they try the right side here. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Walk. Get wide. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. 2 & 1. Me. I got motion man. Me.
Alert! Christ on travel. Ran, come.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
And the Bears first down.
Get up! 180!
54 miles.
Alert! Pilot, 64, weak.
Rush in.
Ran, come.
Rush in.
On first down, Trubisky. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Alert! Blue. Hey! 5-7.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton as the first half is winding down as the Bears push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Bucs take over.
Replace the win. Let
at
go.
their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one.
I'm with you, Tony.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Watch the whip.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A gain there of 21 yards.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Roquan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Winston now powers through. Airing this one out for Evans. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front, because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
From the gun, Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 2-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Push him back.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Check 26, check 26.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Ran, touch. Hey, alert.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Hey, 18, 18, 18.
Staying open.
Now Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Winston now to throw on 1st down. He finds his target. It's Evans. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. They go play action here on 1st down. And this is caught by Evans. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Drop deep, drop deep.
18, 18.
Again, it's Balaj. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Yeah. Hey, ball.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
What you got, Abby? What you got, Abby?
Ran,
Here we go. Switch.
Hey, alert. Ran,
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargreaves, the one who was there defensively.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
What we got?
Play action now. Winston. And he finds Howard complete. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. He completes it to Evans. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Winston. Evans has it left side. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. 1st down, Winston. There's Evans again, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st and 10, Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Evans. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Winston of the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. It's an end around with Perriman. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Winston eluding the pressure right. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Following the interception, Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. On the counter, here's Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On 2nd down, Winston again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now Winston on 4th down. He's got Evans. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. This is caught. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Now Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
We got this. At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
18.
Now it's Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Trubisky now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 3. Check. Alert. I got him. On me.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Carl Nassib gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now it's Trubisky. Finding some room at midfield. Completes it to Hardman. And finally brought down at the 43.
An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43, 30, 20, 10, and it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He's back to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
45, 45. Mike, 45. Jim. Alert, 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 alert. Hey, Alpha. 45, 45, Mike, 45.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
He'll look to throw. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
First down, Chicago. 180. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby. Go. 45 for Mike. Yo. Lock in. 45. Alert.
They'll look to throw. Able to find Shaheen here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. This is more where I came from.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
I'm coming after you.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Here's Trubisky. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow, I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Hey, 18. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Here I come again. 45 is the mark.
Red, touch.
Check 44. Check 44.
Throwing now is Trubisky. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So how about that comeback that we just witnessed going into the 4th quarter? I don't know that we had written them off, but it looked bleak. They were able to get